So off-post principle. Okay. So hearing the name itself, it's a kind of difficult term, but it's a very easy thing actually. Okay. So first thing, let's learn the statement of this principle. Fine. So it states that the electrons, the statement of this, the electrons enter into different atomic orbitals in the increasing order of their energies. In the increasing order of their energies. So if I say you something like this, then it is actually very difficult for us to, this is energies, R, okay, energies. Fine. If I want, I'll just erase this thing. But if I just say you something like this, it's very difficult for us to remember. Correct? It's a very difficult thing. So I'll try to draw it in a diagrammatic manner and then help you visualize the same. Okay, SPDF, everyone knows it, I think so. Correct? So I'm just going to write here 1s, 2s, 3s, no need to worry. Okay, 4s, 5s. Fine. Okay, up to this everyone is clear? I hope so. Now with this I will write 2p, 3p, 4p and 5p. I'll write it down here. Correct? And D I will start with here 3D, 4D, 5D. And F I'll start with this 4F, 5F and so on. Okay, so I'll tell you what is this thing. No need to worry. First, just I think everyone know now how to draw this in a systematic manner. Fine. Now let me try to do it in more organized way. Okay. Then you will be able to get it more. I think better let me draw with my bare hand. That will be fine. So you might be wondering what I am doing now. Correct? So again, coming to this particular point, no need to worry about this. Oneness. See the direction it's going like this. Correct? Here again it's going like this. 2s. It's going like this, then coming here. 3s. Then again it's going like this. Dot 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 dot. Here, here. This again dot. So this is how we should write the statement is there. The electron enters into different atomic orbitals. So we discussed about the orbital shape. Correct? S. S is symmetrical, spherically symmetrical. Correct? S is spherically symmetrical shape. kind of circle we can tell. What is my P? Dumbbell shape. Dumbbell shape. Correct. What is my D shape? Double dumbbell shape. Double dumbbell shape. F is a complex structure. I hope everyone remember the shape of the orbital. Correct. So according to this Aufbau principle, the electron enter into different atomic orbitals. So which means the electron is entering to what? 1s first. Then it goes to the 2s. Then to 2p. Then 3s. Again it comes to 3p, 4s like that. Is it clear for everyone? Correct. Then one more thing I would like to ask is, I would like to infer from this is the order of energies of different orbital is given by, this is my different spelling, DIFFERENT. Different orbital is given by n plus L rule. N plus L rule. Fine. I hope everyone know what is N, what is L and everything. Correct. N is my principal quantum number. L is my azimuthal quantum number. So I hope everyone know. For d orbital, for s orbital, what is my L? 0. For p orbital, L is equal to 1. For d, L is equal to 2. I hope everyone knows this thing. Is it clear to everyone? Please copy down this thing, including this diagram. Once done, let me know. So my handwriting has been pretty bad today. Okay, so kindly I apologize for the same. Guys, blindly write it down. Blindly copy it down, and then once done, let me know. Okay, then I will ask you a question. Then you should reply me back. Especially this page. So I got one done. What about others? So guys, do it fast, this thing. Yeah. Done. Notice, at least take a screenshot and keep. This diagram will be there in your textbook also, no need to worry. But guys, how many of you understood clearly this thing? I'll tell you the most probable, yeah, only one answer I got till now. So I'll tell you the main problem arising with us during the examination is we have to remember these things, Aufbau principle, everything. Correct? The electron enter into different atomic orbitals in the increasing order of their energy. That only I told here. 1s, 2s, 3, 2p, 3s and all. So it will be written like, first one will be 1s, 2s, then what, 2p, 3s, then 3p, 4s, then again come to 3d, 4p, 5s, then 4d, 5p and so on. Okay. So guys, I'll just show you the actual entrance question you will be getting. Okay. And then this is a 2011 chemistry paper. Which one of the following sets of quantum numbers represent the highest energy level in an atom? Let me know your answers. Okay, I got one answer as A. Good. But how? I want you to try. Everyone should say an option. Okay. You're come here to learn. Okay. Another answer I got a C. Please don't raise the hand. I cannot do anything from here. Yeah. You can just type the option. I'm not looking for the correct answers. I'm looking for answers. Correct or not, later on we'll decide. Okay. Adi, what about your answer? So guys, I'll tell you this thing. Before going to this, okay, the question here is what? Which one of the following set of quantum numbers have the highest energy level in an atom? Highest energy level in an atom. Correct? Just now what we learned? The order of energies of different orbital. So if I give you something like this, okay, the two sentences are different. Correct? The one which I gave as a definition or whatever is in the question is different. What does this infer? This infer that what the order of energies of different orbital, or if this value is high, if n plus L is high, then it will be a higher energy level. Correct. So whichever has the whichever orbitals, what can I infer from n plus L rule? Whichever orbitals, we're talking about orbitals, okay? Orbitals have higher n plus L value, correct? It will have more energy. It will have, or it will have not required. More energy, correct? More energy level. That's it. More energy. Is it clear for everyone? So what I have, I'll go back to this question. Correct? N plus L rule. 4 plus 0, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 2, 5. This is 3. So option C is the answer. Hardly how many seconds? Less than 1 second. If you know this concept, less than 1 second. How is this, guys? Now is everyone confident of this? This is an actual question from 2011. 2011 paper, actual question. Less than 1 second to get the answer. So Rishabh, did you get it? No? So it's not about getting the answer correct. It's about learning and remembering it. Fine. Learning, and I'm not here for the correct answers. Again, I'm telling you, correct answers are not my thing. I'm here to teach you the correct way for getting the answers. Now let me see one more thing. Question number 6. Okay, so today is not the entrance class which I wanted to do, but I want to do something which will excite each and every one of you here and will give you the confidence that you can crack the entrance examination with this. That is again one more thing which is there on my shoulder. Question number 6. If the energies of the two photons in the ratio of 3:2, their wavelength will be in the ratio how much? Energy. This also I have taught in the previous session. But I not taught you any problems. Energy is equal to what? H nu. Did I teach you these things? E is equal to what? Hc by lambda. Where c the velocity speed of the light. H is the Planck's constant. Lambda is the wavelength. Have I taught you these things? Have I taught you these things? That is my first question. Anyone can answer in this. No. Have I just taught you what is E is equal to H nu? That's my question. Have you seen this formula from me in the last chemistry session? So guys, for this there is a shortcut. Okay, I think I told about Planck's constant and everything. E is equal to H nu and nu is equal to C by lambda. Nu is nothing but our frequency. Correct? Nu is equal to C by lambda. If I want to write it here, the whiteboard. E is equal to H nu. Correct? H is the Planck's constant. E is the energy. Nu is the frequency. Nu is equal to C by lambda. So this implies what is our E is equal to Hc by lambda, where H and C are constants. So if I take E1, it will be what? Hc by lambda 1. E2 is equal to what? Hc by lambda 2. If I take the ratios of E1 by E2, what will come? E1 by E2 is equal to what? Lambda 2 by lambda 1 it will come. The question is, what is the ratio of lambda 1 is to lambda 2? So E1 and E2 are given the ratio what? 3 is to 2 means this should be 2 is to 3. Hardly 2 seconds. If you know the concept, 2 seconds. Is everyone clear up to this? And trust me, none of the guys who is writing the entrance examination does not know this formula, or they don't know actually about this. We would have studied everything. This is an entrance type question. So what is the formula used in this? The formula used is E is equal to H nu. Correct? I'll just mark everything for you guys. So it'll be very easy for you to do it. E is equal to H nu. Then this is the second formula. So in your formula sheet, you have to add these two formulas. Is it clear for everyone? I hope everyone understood what I wrote from here. E1 by E2 is equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Correct? E1 by E2 value is what? 3 is to 2, which means lambda 2 by lambda 1 value is 3 is to 2. But the question is lambda 1 is to lambda 2. That is 2 is to 3. Is it clear? Is it clear? Please write it down. Once you have finished this thing, let me know. And from the previous thing, I just want to tell you about the N plus L rule. How the questions will be asked. In the first question, what is there? N is given, L is given, everything is given. We have to just know N plus L rule. That's all. If it's over for everyone, then I will go to the next. So the next one is Pauli's exclusion principle. Again, in the last session, I told about it. Pauli's exclusion principle. So which means this one orbital, correct? One orbital cannot have more than 2 electrons. I want to draw and show you. That's the reason, okay? Which means you cannot have 3 electrons or 4 electrons. Maximum it can have max of 2 electrons. That's it. Pauli's exclusion principle. I want to draw and show to you. Fine. Because definition, we will forget. Next one. Guys, don't worry. Okay. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So guys, I'm just drawing one s orbital. S orbital means it can hold only 2 electrons. P orbital, how many? I think better I'll draw neatly. That's best. P orbital can hold 6 electrons, right? Suppose they're given 5 electrons. Suppose how many electrons they're given us? 5 electrons, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm filling like this is wrong. This is wrong. So I'll draw one more thing. This is a filling of 5 electrons, okay? This is in S, this is in P. I'm not giving you what P, what S. This is for understanding the stuff. So if 5 electron is given, I should give, first I should fill 1 here, then 2 here, 3rd electron here, 4th electron here, and then I should come back to this 5th electron. This is the correct way of filling. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, it will be much clear once I explain you one more thing. Let's take a real-time example. Nitrogen. What is the atomic number of nitrogen? What is the atomic number of nitrogen? 7. Very good. So if I take nitrogen, Z is equal to 7. Z means atomic number. Okay, fine. Let's come back to this 7. 7 in the sense, come back to this thing. This is what 1s. So it can hold 2 electrons. 2s, correct? Then 2p. So I am just drawing these things. What is it? 1s, 2s, and 2p. This is my 1s, 2s, p meaning it should be big. Correct? Because it can hold maximum up to 6 electrons. So this is by using the Aufbau principle, I'm writing it down. Okay. 1s, 2s, 2p, because n is equal to 7. So how do I fill it? How do I fill this stuff? So first one I gave here, second one I gave here, third one I gave here, fourth one I gave, fifth one I gave. Correct? Sixth one here, seventh one here. This is the correct way of filling it. So how do I write this thing? 1s, how many electrons? 2 electrons. 1s2, 2s2, 2p what? 2p 3. Correct? If I want to write it more accurately, the electronic configuration, I'll write 1s2, 2s2, p is xyz, correct? So 2px, this is 1, 2py 1, 2pz 1. But this is more than enough. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Is it clear for everyone? This is how we have to write the electronic configuration. One more thing I'll draw for you guys. Okay, the same thing I'll draw. One more thing for you. How not to draw it. how not to draw it. Okay. If I'm drawing first itself 7, no, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the wrong way of drawing it. Correct. Why I'm drawing the wrong one is to make sure that you guys are clear about this topic. Is it clear for everyone? How to write the, so we have to remember the Aufbau principle. So what is the doubt in this? Z is equal to 7, I'll tell you what it is. Okay. If you don't remember this thing, I'll just tell you. S can hold 2 electrons. Fine. 2 electrons, which means what? Ns. N is the 1s, 2s, 3s. N is that particular thing, the principal quantum number. Okay. Correct. 1 to 2. It can hold up to 2 electrons. P, how much it can hold? 1 to 6. D, 1 to 10, and F, 1 to 14. 1 to 14. Clear? So suppose they're asking here for nitrogen, Z is equal to 7. Correct. What is electronic configuration? 7 electrons is there, no? Correct. So 1s, it can hold how much here? 2. Correct. After 1s, what is coming? 2s, 2. Then 2p, 3. How I'm getting this? By using the Aufbau principle here. The first page thing, this one. 1s should come first. Correct. 2 electrons it can hold. 2s it can hold. Then 2p. It's not after 1s I'm directly letting 2p. No. After 1s it should be what? 2s, then it should be 2p. If it has got more number of electrons, it should follow this order. Is it clear now? Like this order should follow. So we have to know this basic step of filling. So this is without me drawing any of the boxes. I have told you this thing. Correct? Once you're drawn this also, you can draw the box. Okay, once you know this thing also, you can draw the box here. 1s, oh, I think it will be 1s, 2s, and 3p you can just draw somewhat big. But you have to be very careful in dividing this thing. So this is drawn a little bit small. 1s2, then 2s2, 2 electrons, 2p3, which means a 1, 2, 3. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Now is it clear? Take it relaxedly, take it very lightly, then you will get it. Perfect. Nothing is there in this. This is a dummy chapter, guys. I don't want you to take it seriously. Okay, fine. So today itself, those who not revised it, please go through the last video and you have to do it, because Bohr, then Rutherford, everything is damn easy actually. Correct? Today what you learned? Energy is equal to h nu, hc by lambda, and you understood how the entrance question is also coming. Correct? Were all the questions solved under less than 5 seconds or 10 seconds? Were everything solvable under less than 5 seconds or 10 seconds? If you know the formula correctly. If you know the formula correctly, and if you're able to do this with the speed, correct, and with the correct guidance, we can clearly solve it. So that confidence of yes should be there within all of you. Fine, guys. So with this chapter is actually over. Okay, this was the last thing. Fine. With this chapter is actually over for us.